Hey everyone, this is Rob from Robbie's Reef, and today I'm going to show you how to make expansion outlets for your Apex Energy bar. So what are some of the pros and cons to this approach? Some of the things that I like about it are if you have unused 24-volt accessory ports and you're in need of more outlets, but you don't really want to spend the money or have the space to add another complete energy bar, this is a solid compromise, I believe. Another benefit is that the Apex Energy bar, each outlet is only worth 7 amps. And that can be somewhat limiting depending on what you're running. So if you're running large heaters or anything like a chiller, then you want control over that. These devices offer you a higher amperage rating. We're talking 10, 15, 20, just depending on the size relay you buy. Any of those relays in that price range aren't too bad.
Rabbit, you can do it.
So next, let's talk about wiring up the relay. First, at the top is your common, and normally you would run the black wire in keeping with traditional color coding. However, I didn't have my thinking cap on at the time when I assembled the cable together, and I had put the black wire in the port on the cable connector normally reserved for the 24-volt line. So I apologize for that. Please don't be confused by that. But normally speaking, you'd want to have the black wire at the top. Now, a wire is a wire as long as the wires go to the correct location. It's all good. So just for your information, the port on the Molex connector that is closest to the keeper pin or the latch at the top is the 24-volt line, and the other one is the common. So the takeaway here is the top terminal on the relay is your common, and the bottom terminal on the left-hand side there is your 24-volt terminal. So just remember that your 24-volt terminal goes to the Molex pin closest to the clip. Next, we're going to take care of the 110-volt AC side, and the hot wire, the black wire from your cord, is going to go into the normally open port on the relay. When the 24-volt coil is activated, it will then draw power from the changeover terminal, which is the center terminal. You'll see that I'm going to run the wire from the hot terminal on the outlet to the changeover terminal, or the C terminal, which is in the middle. And when the coil is activated, it's going to draw power from there. The normally closed terminal is not used in this example.
See, there you have it. You're doing it all wrong. You gotta open your throat, relax the jaw.
Just a quick overview. Gold terminal on your outlet to the changeover terminal. Ground wire to the green from your cord. common white to the silver. From your Apex accessory cable, the black nearest the keeper pin on the Molex connector to the 24 volt, and the red to the common. Now let's do a functional test here. You can see that I put the accessory control on the front page of the Apex, and simply by turning it on, it has activated the coil and supplied power to the outlet. And you can see that by the LED light, work light that I have up there. And we can just simply switch that on and off. So you can imagine the applications just like anything else that you've got set up on your normal outlets on your Apex Energy bar. Here in this shot, I'm just simply wiring up the 20 gauge wire to the Molex pin connectors. They're kind of delicate. My hands aren't as steady as they used to be. So I use this little contraption I got off of Amazon with the yellow plate and the alligator clips. Work very good for holding things steady in place when you're trying to work with small components. So here's where I mixed up the wire colors. I inadvertently put the black into the Molex at the top. You can see that keeper pin that I'm calling it on the right hand side there. Once you place the pin into the Molex connector, you likely destroy it when you pull it out. I've found that from experimentation. So I just went with it. And then you're going to want to seat that in firmly so it makes good contact when you plug it in. There you have it. That's as simple as it gets. Now this, of course, is optional. If you're not comfortable doing this step, by all means, you can purchase a pre-made accessory port cable from something like BRS or saltwater.com. Now, because it's not a molded assembly, I used heat shrink to put some strain relief at the end of the cable there. I didn't have the ideal sized shrink cable, so I made do by using two different sizes and stepping it down. And there you can see my burning my fingers as I'm trying to mold it in place before it cools down. Let's test it out. All right, if we've got it plugged in, and you can see we've got 24 volts. And there is no voltage when we turn it off. So you can expand your energy bar up to 10 outlets if you count individual control aspects, or a total of 12 literal outlets that you can plug devices into. Now, 4 of those 12 are going to be, you can only split control between 2 of them, but still that's a solid benefit when considering a lot of us have 2 pumps of the same type. We have 2 lights of the same type. Those using the Apex to their fullest extent can probably figure out the added benefits. So this approach can get as inexpensive or as expensive as your tastes allow or your requirements. Most of the variability and costs surround what you want to use for outlet boxes, how you want to mount it, the space you have within those outlets can drive the price. Some of the more expensive outlets out there for outdoor use are roomy, but they can go for $6 to $8 a piece. Certainly you're not cramped. The one that I show in this video is a more space-saving friendly version, but you give up some options in mounting. There's a lot of ways that you can mount this. I just want the takeaway being that you only need a simple track mount relay of the amperage you want, that it's a 24 volt DC coil, and that you have a run-of-the-mill 110 volt outlet. If you found this useful, if not interesting, please let me know in the comments below. Any feedback that you have or ideas to help improve this, or if you have any questions, I appreciate your feedback. Like and subscribe to my channel. Hoping to put out more content here in 2022, sharing my reefing journey. I'm learning from all of you out there, and I hope to be able to turn around and give back in my reefing journey, showing you my successes as well as my failures. Thanks.